Hey, my name is Christian Lee. I'm here for Earworm Digital. I'm here with. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Yes. Our name is Walden, and we are a band from Athens, Georgia.
That is cool. And you guys are actually in San Diego, halfway across the country.
Yeah, that's right.
And so you guys, and you guys are here because you are opening up for Marc. I'm sorry, I'm so bad
Marc
with names.
Broussard.
Broussard.
Yep.
Thank you. Good save there.
For sure.
And did you guys start off I think the first date was in Oregon, right?
Portland, Oregon was the first day up.
Are you guys doing this till the next year too? Or when do you guys?
This is our second to last show.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think it was 9 shows total. This is the 8th, and then tomorrow's the 9th. So this is the second to last night.
The next one is what? It's in San Juan Capistrano or something, right?
Phoenix.
Phoenix? Oh, way off.
Last night was
was
San
last
Juan.
night
was San Juan,
Capistrano.
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. And how's the tour been?
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
The cops looking for you guys?
yeah, it's been a great time. It's been really smooth, and Marc has been awesome, and his whole team's been awesome, and his band is really awesome, and we've been spending a lot of time with them, so it's been fun to meet them and see a lot of really cool venues and places. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dang, you guys are getting more experience.
Yeah, and the fans are digging it. We didn't.
Because his crowds are more of an older type, right?
Yeah, this crowd's a little bit older than the fans that we typically play for, but we've played a handful of shows where it might be a little bit, older, but
Maybe at breweries or something? Or?
yeah, breweries or Levitt Shells or I don't know, a bunch of places, and yeah, it seems like our music kind of works for all ages for the
that's what
most
you
part,
want.
which is.
You don't want to box yourself in demographically.
Yeah, we don't purposely make music like that, but for some reason it's working, and everyone's loving it, no matter the age, which is really good news.
That's cool. And I was listening to some of your songs earlier. Believe it or not, I did a little bit of research.
We appreciate that.
And I think my favorite song so far from you guys is Relays. And I noticed for some of the cover arts for Relays and then some of the other ones, it was really interesting. It was like a map or something. Can you explain that? What was the concept behind those single arts?
Yeah, definitely. I think it all kind of tied in with, at the time that we were recording that music, we were also either planning or on our tour that we did last fall, the 50-state tour called the Where's Walden Tour. And so with that in mind, the music was kind of acting as a soundtrack for the tour and all the travels that we were doing. And so the art was supposed to be indicative of the road tripping that we're doing and sort of maps that connect together as different pieces of this bigger picture, which was the tour and all the experiences we're having on it.
And let's talk about that tour because when I was talking to Matt, he was hyping it up. I've seen a few interviews, you guys talking about a few articles, and it was really interesting. And so you guys actually went to even Alaska, Hawaii, even all the Midwest, the ones that really no one tours in.
Yeah.
Yes, we
That's
did.
crazy.
We did it all.
And you guys $50 in a dream, huh?
Yeah. Well, the idea was we started with $50 in our pocket, and we could only use money made from ticket sales and donations and merch sales to kind of pay for the trip. It was crowdfunded in a way.
And so when you guys were renting out the van beforehand, was that part of the cost or was that before?
The van was a cost from many years ago.
So you don't count that.
Yeah, we don't have. Yeah.
And that's pretty big. That's cool. And I heard you guys actually, because I've read there's some musicians that I follow and everything too. They have to cancel tour because it's just expensive. But you guys were able to make it work.
Yeah, the fact that we didn't get COVID.
That's
was
also
remarkable.
really big too.
We had one scare,
Very lucky.
but no one got COVID, and we were able to play in all the venues that we wanted to.
Yeah.
So, we got really lucky with it. So we somehow made it happen.
We had a moment, though, where we all were sniffly, and then we stopped at a Walgreens or some pharmacy, and we all took COVID tests, except me. I was the only one not feeling kind of sick.
Oh, is it because you don't believe in it? Or?
I was, exactly. Didn't believe in it. So I was waiting in the van, and they come back, and they're all just down in the dumps, and I'm what's going on? And they're we're positive, and I was crushed because we were maybe halfway through the tour, and we've been working so hard to make it happen, and they let on for I don't know, 60 seconds, maybe longer. And I'm just so disappointed, and then they all were we got you. We don't have COVID. So
Wow, what a joke.
We pranked the hell out of them. It was
yeah,
great.
yeah.
It
I've
was
done
great.
some pretty mean pranks to them in the past. So
Oh, okay.
so it's I guess I had that one coming to me for a while.
It was awesome.
Dude, that is awesome. And I heard, you guys turned a profit. And I heard even during some states too, there's a little stressful. You guys had to do a little last minute gigs to get the goal across.
Yeah, there were a few instances. Honestly, it's such a blur now at this point. I can't remember exactly, but there were a few instances of show cancellations last minute out of our control, and just like some instances where we just weren't able to get something secured until, kind of last minute. So that created for some awesome moments, though. That happened in Philly where we had a show canceled out of our control, and it ended up being one of the best shows on the whole tour.
Was that the one with the underage opener?
Yeah.
Okay.
Allegedly.
I'm sorry, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. There's we will never be able to confirm that.
Yeah,
And the show was fantastic. So, yeah.
Dang, that's a good time. And this is basically like you guys have been a band for a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And I think only one of you guys were in a band previously, right?
Jamie.
Jamie. Dang. The
Jamie
vet
was
of
a
the group.
true musician from the start.
And so I believe all you guys, you guys know each other. Some of you guys have known each other for since kids. But I think all of you guys,
All of
did you
us.
guys go to same high school together?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah,
that's where
most
you
of
guys
us-
formed the band, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how did you guys decide to form the band? Like what happened? 'Cause I think it was senior year, right?
Yeah,
One of those years?
fall senior year.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
bad memory to me. So,
No, it was close.
but yeah, well, how did the formation happen?
I think I kind of got to credit this man to my right. We were sort of starting to play music together just casually, and then he kept saying, dude, we really should start a band, and I was kind of hesitant, but we all did a local talent show, the four of us individually. Andrew and I played together, but they played separately with other bands, and then we heard Richard sing, and we were like, oh man, Richard would be a great singer for our band, and Andrew and Jamie grew up together, and we knew Jamie was great at bass, so it just kind of came together at the last minute for the end of high school, and we just started doing it for fun. I don't think we really anticipated. I definitely didn't anticipate we'd be here 10 years later, for sure. But I'm thankful we are.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then let's talk about some of your influence too. Who were some musical artists that inspired you guys to play music?
So many. I mean, I think we can all name a few,
Yeah, I mean, we all grew up listening to different stuff, but I personally grew up on Pink Floyd, Led Zepp, System of a Down, Rage Against the Machine, Tool, kind of rock, metal kind of stuff, and classic rock and blues and whatever. I know Andrew shared some of those, like the Led Zepp.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all share some influences from the classic rock era. I think that definitely kind of bridges our musical taste. But then we all are kind of all over the place for influences today, ranging from Bon Iver to artists like Tame Impala. We're really getting into kind of the psychedelic nature of our music, with the classic rock roots. So yeah, there's a few more, but we were really inspired at the beginning of the band by just seeing certain acts live. Like Mumford & Sons, I would say, isn't necessarily an influence musically really anymore, but their live show, seeing four guys on stage, and they seemed, at least to us, they seemed like best friends, and they were all kind of bringing equal energy in it. It wasn't like a front man and a band. It was four equal guys up there. And same thing with a few of our other influences, back to those classic rock influences. So that was another big inspiration that didn't necessarily have anything to do with the music. It was just the live energy. And that's still our favorite thing to do, is play live, and I think what we do best.
Cool. And, I've known Matt a little while. I would say we're friends, and I just met you guys, but you guys are pretty chill too.
I'd say we're friends.
Thank you.
We're all friends now.
Yeah, put it there.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
It's
And I think I
official
love
now.
to do for my friends is I love to give them gifts. So I have the gift for each one of you.
Oh my gosh, this is the best interview ever.
We've never been gifted something. That's amazing.
I'm glad to hear. Okay. And let's go with Eric first.
Okay, I'm so excited for this.
I gotta get through this.
Wow.
And I got you this vinyl. Believe it or not, you all got a vinyl. And for you, I got Cage the Elephant.
Wow.
What?
So
Are you
cool.
serious, man?
Oh my gosh.
It's a cool one.
That album?
Thank you, man.
Oh,
It's very
nice.
sick
Thank
album
you.
art, yeah.
It's such a great album.
Wow,
Oh,
very
man.
cool, man. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah,
Can't
I
say
mean,
I
I'm
saw that coming.
surprised, you know. And we talked about Jamie, and he was naming some of his influences, and I actually have one of them right here. And you guys are playing live, so I thought it'd be, fair to give you a live album, and it's a Tool album.
What? That's sweet.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you nailed that one.
That's so sick. Thank you, my man.
You're welcome. And, Matt got you some food from an Asian spot, and I thought I'd give you an Asian album, Richard, but it's by this person. It's Sufjan Stevens, and it's Enjoy Your Rabbit. It's like about like the 12 Zodiacs.
I love that album. Thank you
good.
so much. Sufjan's the best. Oh my.
Wow,
Yeah,
man.
you're nailing it.
And last but not least,
Wow.
He got you a Wiggles album.
yeah, I got them. I got the album of them covering that Tame Impala song.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Dude, it's so good.
It's so good.
But I got another one that you did name, and it's a classic.
Oh yeah.
And it is the Led Zeppelin album.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
amazing. This is going to be an amazing addition to the
Christian,
collection.
thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Yeah,
man.
thank you so much.
That's so.
That's
so
so thoughtful.
kind,
Yeah.
man.
I feel like we need a picture with our albums and
Yeah, we
the
definitely
team.
do.
Yeah.
Still a good gift, too.
This is really cool. Seriously, thanks so much.
Yeah,
We've never
man.
been gifted vinyls or anything, I think, at an interview, so
No, definitely.
it's the
not.
first time.
That's good to hear. And I do
Yeah,
have
when can we schedule our next interview?
Start a business here.
yearly interview.
That's
You
awesome.
definitely did your research, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I have a few more questions for you guys, too. Now that we're all comfy now, we got our gifts ready to go. And my
Now,
first
he saved the hard-hitting questions for once we got the vinyls. Then,
I
then he's
did.
like, now we're really going to open fire on you guys.
first one I have is for Richard.
Okay.
And, I remember, I actually do have some family in Florida. And I remember I would just be there in the summers, and then I would just watch TV. And a lot would be on is like, my uncle was like very into like this show called like Storage Wars.
Okay.
And I heard your dad, he used to be an auctioneer, right?
Kinda, yeah. He like liquidates stuff and got his auctioneer's license. He still does it every now and then.
That's cool. But not for storage units?
Not for storage units, no. For like
That's sick.
foreclosed machinery and stuff.
A little less glamorous.
Yeah.
But still cool. Who else I got next? Oh, okay. For Jamie, the vet of this group. And I'm wondering, is it true you have a band with your friend Zach back in the day?
That is correct. Two Zachs, actually.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
you should
you-
probably hand you the mic.
Yeah, it was actually with two guys named Zach. Pariah. It's metal is sick.
Well, it seemed like seems like you mellowed out a bit now with the music then.
Yeah, we forced Jamie.
I would agree, but I'm trying to bring us back towards the death metal hardcore scene, kind of. Getting some resistance.
Yeah, Eric and I don't know how to sing that stuff. We're still working on the growl.
All right, speaking about Eric too, I want to know if this is true. Because, you guys have toured a lot, and I assume that you guys have done it for, like, Feed the Beat, right? Like,
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
got sponsored by Taco Bell?
Yeah,
You got
of
that?
course, yeah. We loved our Feed the Beat Taco Bell sponsorship.
Dude, that's sick.
Ate plenty of Taco Bell back in the day. Still do. Somehow
That Taco Bell lasted. It was like a $500 gift card.
But I've talked to other bands, and they said, like, yeah, they give you, like, $500 for, like, $5 gift cards.
yeah, it was
That's
like
crazy.
$105 gift cards, and it lasted us, I think, 3 years.
Wow, that's pretty
Maybe
big.
longer. Yeah.
I'm sad without them.
Yeah, we miss them now.
And you guys play a lot of unique venues, I would believe, last year. And one of them was actually a grocery store. Was that one last year, or was that before?
Oh, Arlene's Grocery. Yeah, it's not technically a grocery store. I think it used to be a grocery store. Is that right? And they
No.
converted it into a venue. But we we shot a funny promotional video for it in a grocery store, and then got kicked out of the grocery store. So that might be what you're thinking of.
That show was awesome, though. I think it might have been our first sellout, like outside of our hometown in New York, and we kind of stuffed a bunch of friends over capacity probably into it, and it was a really fun time. So we had a good time at the grocery.
Cool. And last but not least, I mean, you already have the mic, so I'll just ask you a question. I think all of you guys played sports back in the day, right?
Yeah,
sports.
it's true.
Yeah, soccer and everything. But I heard you used to be a wrestler.
No.
No?
No. No.
That's like the one sport he didn't
I played
do.
basketball and a lot of other sports, but I wasn't a wrestler. I have
Oh.
a good friend who is a wrestler.
Mm. But did you ever get like state champs for any of them, or were you guys close?
We did pretty damn well in basketball, but we were not state champs, unfortunately.
Andrew
sadly.
won't openly say, but he was like the top scorer of our high school basketball team. Like 1 year, multiple
I consider
years?
myself a Troy Bolton. That's my senior year was me morphing from like a sports guy into a music guy. And
Did you do you in musicals too, or you just pivoted music?
No, just drums and singing, but
And finding
no
his
theater.
high school sweetheart,
and finding the high school
who's
sweetheart.
now
Dang.
they're engaged.
Ah,
so-
congrats.
I'm the first one to be engaged in the band. So yeah, my Troy Bolton story has fully come to fruition. I'm fully a musician now and have left the basketball behind.
Dang, your head was in the game, but your heart was in the song.
Exactly. Amen, brother.
Well, thanks for taking time to interview. But I have one last question for you guys, because you guys have been friends for so long. So I just want to know, and you guys have been living together, being on the road together. So I want to know, do you guys have a pet peeve of each other?
Yeah,
Eric eating all the donuts.
Eric and Matt eat all the pizza and donuts. It's kind of like a situation where there's like a time limit, and if people haven't like eaten their share by the unspoken time limit,
it's a free-for-all.
It's just a free for all, and
Dang.
everything gets eaten. So that's caused a few problems.
They're hungry boys, though.
Missing phone
They're
chargers.
growing boys.
Missing phone chargers, and then borrowing phone chargers. And then, but we're pretty good.
Oh wait, Jamie has something to say.
No, I was just saying, but because I know there are so many, I'm just trying to think of them.
My pet peeve for Jamie is being too easy to go on the road with.
Okay.
You need to cause more problems, man.
People
He's
losing
more of a
AirPods.
diva.
People losing AirPods
Yes.
all the
Oh,
time.
that's
is really
crazy.
annoying.
I'm the.
I think we've
I take the crown on this tour for being the guy who loses all their shit. So I'm typically pretty good about it, but
drove a cumulative like 35 miles to go get AirPods on this tour.
Oh,
So
That is pretty far.
that's not even an exaggeration. I'm pretty sure that number is
probably
exactly
more.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe more. 50 miles. 50 miles for tiny little white plastic earbuds. Not mad at all, though. Not mad at all.
Well, thanks for taking time to interview. And
Thank you.
Last small gift for you guys. Since you guys are so gracious to do it with me, the rest of the time for the interview is all you guys. You guys get to plug whatever you want. Your new music. If maybe any upcoming tour dates you guys got after this one with Marc. The rest of the time is all you guys. And here, I'll hand this mic to someone else too, because I don't need any more.
Cool. Yeah,
Thank
we got a brand
Thanks,
new
Christian.
song. We got a brand new song coming out on Wednesday, November 16th. A song called Wishing Well that we fully produced ourselves and is a little bit more experimental than some of the other Walden stuff you've heard so far. So we're super stoked about that. It may be out by the time this interview drops. So definitely check our song Wishing Well out. And we're in the studio recording 3 more songs that will be probably released early spring. One that you'll hear tonight for the first time. Are you coming to the show? Nice. One you'll hear tonight. New music. We live in Denver now, so any Denver homies, we're your local band now. So we'll be playing a lot of shows in Denver. So
Yeah,
check us out.
also any Denver creatives who might be fans of the band, we would love to work with you. We're trying to get connected in town, so feel free to message us on social media or reach out via email. We'd love to connect with all the local artists in Denver.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's all.
Any
Looney Tunes. thing
That's
comes
all,
into
folks.